I'm crying inside about today's test. I'm scared. Um, hopefully I don't have to do it again, and hopefully it's not that bad. Cross your fingers. Oh goodness, guys, I am going to do my glucose. I am so scared because I know how nasty it is. So, cross your fingers, I survive. Okay, I didn't want you guys to sit there and suffer with me. So I finished the drink, and you only have 5 minutes to drink it. So I finished it, and then I sat there for a little bit, but I asked to come out to the car just because I don't want to be sitting there, and baby girl is kicking me like crazy, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but usually I get these kicks at night, not right now, but I'm assuming she's just not happy. Okay. So I drank the glucose, which is 50 grams for the 1 hour, and I think that I more tricked myself into being disgusted, because honestly I've had the clear one before and it's not that bad. That one does taste like flat Sprite, and yes, a lot of people say that the orange one tastes like flat, like Sunkist or Crush, like orange soda. However, I don't like the orange one, even though I do like orange soda. And then the red one that I had last pregnancy was so disgusting. But it's not the fact that it was red. It's the fact that it was 100 grams of sugar, because that's the one that I took for the 3 hour. And so this time I took the clear one, which tasted like Sprite. So as you know, Sprite's not that bad, and I used to like flat soda. Anyways, I know that's weird, but I used to like flat soda. But I think with this is the thickness. Your soda is not as thick, so that's the part that I don't like. But I feel like I did discuss I was more disgusted in my mind than what the actual drink tasted like, so it wasn't that disgusting. But it was still hard to drink because I cannot take big gulps, nor can I chug a drink. Yes, that's including shots when I'm not pregnant. But it's hard for me to drink. Like, I'll put this much in my mouth and it has to be gulp, gulp, gulp. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. So it's really hard for me to drink. And then when you're drinking, like this location where I did the test, let me adjust this. You just take it right there in the waiting area. So people are looking at you, and I'm like, can you not look at me, please? And so I just felt like all eyes on me. So what I found weird about this location was that the other places that I've taken it, they draw your blood first, check your levels, and then after that they will have you drink the glucose drink. And then after that, you wait an hour, and after the hour, then they will draw your blood again and see where your levels are at that point to see how you process the sugar. Well, this location didn't have me draw blood beforehand. They just made sure that I didn't eat, which the other times I hadn't either, and they still took my blood beforehand. So this place didn't. And then after an hour, which would be soon, I have to go in, and then they'll draw the blood. So they're going to do that part now, and then I will come back crying like a baby because I don't like shots. And I'll fill you guys in on that part. But I just thought it was a little bit weird. And I've the other location, you have to drink it right in front of them. But I have taken it where I can take it out to the car and drink it, I think it was. Or maybe it was just like, okay, drink it here, but they're not like right there. I don't really remember about the first time, but this location, you drink it out in the open, just sitting there. But I did ask to come out to the car because I don't want to just sit there. And this little girl did not like it. She was kicking me like crazy. And usually she kicks like that at night. So I found it funny. But again, I don't know if it's related. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in. I have to be in there by 9:24. It's, let me see what time. I think I have 10 more minutes, but I want to go in beforehand. I think they said that I should go in 10 minutes before. So here I go. Okay, I'm back. I survived. So they drew my blood, both for the glucose tolerance and also for my thyroid that I was supposed to do last month, the month before. So I just had them do it now. I'm trying to show you my war wound. Hold on. A battle wound. There you go. So they just drew blood. And so I'm all set. Today's Friday, so I should have my results by Tuesday, and then I will update you guys that with my my pregnancy update. Again, I'm 24 weeks. Normally you do this around, from what I know, 26 to 28 weeks. You'll have some doctors have you do it earlier, which I've, yeah, some doctors will have you do it much earlier than 24 for whatever reason. If, you know, if you're high risk or anything like that. I previously had gestational, so, and then we had issues getting my results, back. But, so the doctor that I have now, wanted me to go in between 24 and 26 weeks. So, but if I couldn't, then I can go in before 28 weeks. So I survived. You can survive too if you haven't done it. And again, just a brief update. You normally would do your blood work, check your levels, then drink the glucose test, the actual liquid, this one. And after that, you will wait an hour and then get your blood drawn again to check the levels. So the place that I went to now didn't draw my blood before. That's awesome. I don't like needles. So what they did is just ask me if I had ate or not, and I didn't. So they'll have you fast. So I didn't eat anything, so they didn't test my blood levels before. I didn't drink anything. So they just drew my blood, and then after drawing my blood, I took the glucose drink, and then they drew my blood, and then an hour later. So now I'm done. Hopefully I pass, and if I don't pass, then I would have to come back for the 3-hour one, which I did last pregnancy. So what they'll do at that point, well, the location that I went to drew my blood. Then I drank the glucose test, which was 100 grams versus the 50 that you drink for the 1 hour. And from there, they'll draw your blood again an hour later, and then an hour after that, and then an hour after that. So for 3 hours, you will do they will draw your blood 3 times. And then before that hour, they will draw your blood. So it's a total of 4 times that they draw your blood at most locations. I'm assuming here it would just be 3 times. Who knows? Maybe they do the 3-hour one different here. So I don't want to speak for every location or any doctor's office that you would go to, but that's just from my experience. I've had so far the clear one, which is like Sprite. And then I had the orange one, which is like Sunkist Crush orange soda, flat orange soda. And then the red one was just, it's like a fruit punch, I guess, which is disgusting to me. because that's the one that I drank that was 100 grams of sugar, and obviously I failed and I had gestational, so imagine that I just tasted sugar. And at the moment during the pregnancy, I had already cut out all my sugar because it would make me lightheaded and give me headaches, so I hadn't had sugar in months, and so to drink that, it was just horrible. But hopefully you guys only take the 50 grams, and that's not too bad. But I'm assuming and hoping for you that it's not too bad. So don't go in too scared. Just make sure that you don't eat. Some places, make sure you ask, because some places say it's okay for you to eat and others ask for you to fast, and you don't want to have to retake it. And in all honesty, if they said it's okay to eat, I probably wouldn't, just because I don't want them to say, oh, well, you know, your levels were kind of like inconclusive or a little bit high or borderline, so we'll have you retake it again, and this time just don't eat. I don't want to drink that ever, like twice. So I am not going to eat, whether they say yes or no. But, you know, that's on you. And it may not affect the outcome, but I don't want to risk it. So I know that there's people that are, you know, have eaten before and still pass it. So I'm not telling you that it's going to affect your results. I just rather not risk it. So that's what I would do. I would just not eat. But that was my glucose experience, and I'm going to go ahead and head on home. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And for those of you who've never taken your glucose test, if you wanted information on it, I hope that that was enough. If you have any questions, go ahead and just ask me. I've taken it several times, and I may not have given too much information on here, but I do know more. Oh, and 9.2 people? Psych, no. 9.2 women are diagnosed with gestational diabetes. That's something I read, but I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but I just thought that that was interesting, and hopefully I'm not one of those people this time around. Unfortunately, last pregnancy I was, but I didn't have a jumbo-sized baby, so we're all good. But anyways, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys shortly. Have a good day.